Guys, welcome back to another math lesson with HK Math and Science. In this video, we'll be learning about decimals and percentages and to be able to convert between the two. So by the end of the lesson, we should all know what a percent means, be able to convert from percentages to decimals, and be able to convert from decimals to percentages. So let's pause the video here and take a couple of minutes to write down these success criteria. Alright, to start us off, we need to know what percent means. So this symbol here, just over there, that's percent. And this comes from the Latin word percentum, and this just means out of 100. So example, 23% means 23 out of 100, and that's 23 out of 100 as a fraction, and that's 23 out of 100, or 0.23 as a decimal. Alright, so that addresses our first success criteria. You can probably tick that off now. Our next one is to be able to convert a percentage to a decimal. Alright, so in order to do this, we need to divide our percentage by 100, and this is simply done by moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. So we have 42% down here, and that, if you want to add decimals to that, that will just be 42.00. So we're going to divide that by 100, and we do that by moving the decimal point to the left 2 places. So that's 1 and that's 2. So our final answer, 42% as a decimal, will simply be 0.42. Alright, now this is going the other way. We're going from a decimal to a percentage. So from percentage to a decimal, we divide it by 100. This time we're going to multiply by 100. So when you're going from a decimal to a percentage, we simply multiply by 100. Like before, opposite to before, this is done by moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. So we have 0.654 here. If you want to make that a percentage, multiply that by 100. As you can see here, that is simply done by moving the decimal point 2 spaces to the right. So that will be in between the 5 and the 4. So that becomes 65.4. So therefore 0.654 equals 65.4%. Alright, so now let's have a go at solving some problems. We're going to express these values, these percentages, as a decimal. So this is done by dividing by 100, if you remember from the notes from the previous slide. So 30% as a percentage, divide that by 100, so you move the decimal point down 2 spaces, and that just gives you 0.3. Same with this one, 240%, decimal point is technically over here, move that to the left 2 places, and that will give you 2.4. You can write 2.40 if you want, it's exactly the same thing. Same with the next one, move decimal place 2 places to the left. That gives you 0.125. And this last one, once again, move it 2 places to the left. Just add another 2 zeros here to make it easier to visualize. That's exactly the same number as 0.4. That becomes 1, 2, and the decimal point goes right in between there. So the new number is 0.004. Alright, now that I've done some with you, pause the video here and have a go at these 4 values, and once you're done, just unpause and I'll go through it with you. Alright, so the first one, 92%, the decimal point is technically here. Move that down 2 spaces and you get 0.92. Give yourself a tick if you got that correct. We have 150% here, decimal point is technically here. Move that down 2 spaces to the left and we get 1.5. This one here, 7.6. Add some zeros at the front just so it's easier to visualize. Move that down 2 spaces and you get 0.076. And you have 0.05 here, just add another 2. Move that down 2 spaces and that will give you 0.0005. Give yourself a tick if you got these correct as well. If not and you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. Alright, now this one going the other way, we're expressing the decimals as percentages. So once again, if you remember from the notes before, this one is simply done by multiplying by 100. So that is moving the decimal point to the right 2 spaces. So let's do that with this one. Move it down to the right this time, 1, 2, and you get 4.5%. Same with this one, let's add another couple of zeros, because that's once again exactly the same thing as 7.2. Move that down 2 spaces and you get 720%. Alright, now that you've had a go with me at a couple of questions, let's have a go at these 2. Just pause the video here and unpause when you're ready to go through them with me. Alright, so this first one on the left, once again, just multiply by 100, which is moving the decimal point to the right 2 spaces. That's 1, 2, and you get 70.3%. And this one here, just add another couple of zeros, move it down 2 spaces, and you get 2,310%. Give yourself a tick if you got these 2 correct as well. Alright, now that brings us to the end of our maths video. By now you guys should all know what a percent means, be able to convert from percentages to decimals, and finally be able to convert from decimals to percentages. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all back online.
Boom. 2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.